Yeah. So yeah, how are you doing today? Are you doing all right today? Let's start there.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm actually down in Mexico right now, so doing
Oh,
extra good.
sick. What are you doing in
Yeah.
Mexico?
Just working and surfing and then going to a North Face athlete retreat next week in
Mm-hmm.
Mexico too, so just a different part.
Dang, that's tight.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice. So we're gonna kind of keep it a little, I guess, fresh, so that when people watch it, they're like not confused as to what's going on. But essentially, your board graphic meant a lot to me. Spoke a lot to me, just with stuff I've been through in my life, and showing that even though crazy sometimes bad things happen. A lot of beauty can grow from that. And so I essentially just want to know what inspired you to create the graphic on your pro model for this season.
Um, so yeah, I mean, kind of what you said, like I think that it sounds like cliche, but a lot of like the best things in my life have grown out of like difficult experiences or shitty things that have happened. And even though like I still wish those things didn't happen, it changed the course in some way for something new. Like it opened the door for something new to come out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to do a graphic that represented that. And I worked with Ephraim from Capita. He's like the Capita illustrator, artist, creative director guy. Um, and he helped me put that graphic together, and I'm really stoked on it. He did a great
Nice.
job.
And could you describe, if you remember, like where were you like physically and mentally when you started to design this graphic?
I was like in the middle of uninvited stuff for the
Mm-hmm.
like planning the event and everything, and like it's kind of hard for people to imagine, I think, how much time and energy and like how much bandwidth and percentage of my life and days are taken up by all that. And I think I was trying to remember like the good that was going to come out of it, like because I was felt like I was like in the hard
Mm-hmm.
part, in the weeds without any kind of light shining. And
Mm-hmm.
then I would go and like watch the footage from other years or whatever and just see and remember like what it's all about and like how many people are in this community and what just remind myself like everything that it has brought to my life as far as like joy and light and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you encapsulated that pretty well. And like going back, um, even like the teardrops from the eye means a lot because like yeah, when you're just going through hard times, like I recently just had a moment just yesterday. I had to really let it out. And then after I let it out, I started to feel myself be free again and feel a little bit lighter and try to handle my current situation a little bit more healthier and not just being a hot mess around other people. So yeah, what made you design the teardrop there?
I think it's like a couple things. One is like blood, sweat, and tears, like putting everything into something, and the other is like I'm a crier. All my friends know
Yeah.
it. All my sponsors know it because I'm just like I feel things so much and I'm so passionate about stuff and like it's kind of embarrassing sometimes, honestly, but also it's like no, this is how much I care, you know?
Yeah.
And and I do, I cry all the time.
That's
So
good though. I think that's good because you're able to just release versus just hold it, and then you know everything just keeps happening. You're like, I'm so pent up, and but you're. It
for
sounds like you're good
sure.
at just like, whew, okay, now let's move on. I got it out of my
Yeah.
system, so
I
I
mean,
think
like what
that's
you
good.
said about keeping it pent up inside is kind of like interesting. Because that's kind of like the graphic of like having these shitty experiences and keeping them inside and never
Yeah.
having anything come out of them. And I think like one in particular that one thing, I mean, like the worst thing that's ever happened in my life was losing my partner um in an accident. And uh I felt like God, this is such bullshit in the first place. Like what is this even for if it just like stays inside me and makes me rot, you know? Because that's how I felt. I was just like shriveling inside. So I kind of channeled that energy into the uninvited. At first the
Mm,
films and um now the events because it really made me realize like that we're gonna die and it makes you wonder like what did I do while I was here? What am I gonna leave behind?
mm,
And I think I like just really have been trying to think about like trying to leave a positive legacy. Because you know, I'm not going to be in snowboarding forever either, and I just want to, yeah, do something positive. It sounds kind of like sounds a little cheesy, honestly, but I do.
no, no. It makes sense. It's like you want to make it worth the while, like while you're still here. And
And
so,
yeah, and it's
yeah.
also like it makes it more enjoyable for me because just like chasing after the pro snowboarder, like when I was doing that and like riding for Nike and like which was an awesome experience, but like filming for those big projects, it's like you have to be so self-centered and focused in order to like achieve that video part.
Mm,
You have to be like willing to step into the spotlight, and sometimes that means like in front of other people. And I just something about it just didn't feel like right to
mm,
me because the more you do that, the more like alone you are, the more alone you feel, you know?
yeah,
And this way, like I get to put all the energy into being like, look at these girls that are killing it,
yeah,
you know, look what they can do. And it's sick because I have no qualms about that, you know, like I'll shout
yeah.
that all day. So,
That's amazing. What would you say is the hardest part, or not the hardest part? What's the question I want to ask? How do you get out of a very low slash dark moment? You personally, how did you find? What tools did you use, or what things did you do to your mind or in your daily life to be like, okay, I gotta keep moving on? How did you make that first step to break out of that?
well, I'd say like I didn't ever take the first step really quickly. I
Mm,
like kind of got stuck a lot of times. I mean, it depends. If it's like a big thing, like losing Mark, that's like, oh, that took years. But other things that happen, you know, I think that it's important to let yourself like feel shitty and be pissed off and feel like things are unfair because if you just like shove that down right away, like it's gonna come out later. So I think like first thing is to kind of like feel those things and then I mean, like I still t now like wish I had more tools. To help me with stuff like that. I feel like I just put off. I throw myself into like another project,
mm,
another work thing, which like isn't really healthy instead of just like learning how to actually manage stuff.
yeah.
But someone told me something really good that stuck with me after I lost Mark, and I was talking to him. He had lost his wife in a skiing accident. And he said, like, whenever I was a kid, my dad always told me, like, nothing lasts forever. And if there's like one real truth in life, it's that nothing lasts forever for the better or for the worse. Like, our lives don't last forever. Our relationships won't last forever because even if they go our whole lives, because our lives will end. But in that same way, like any shitty situation, any feeling of pain, any hard time also cannot last forever, even though, like, while you're in it, it feels like it is going to.
Yeah.
And I think just like I just remember after he told me that, like, okay, I thought, you know, all I have to do is just keep existing. And like,
Yeah.
so sometimes like doing nothing is what you have to do and just like let time pass by, let a day pass by. Like, think about like the worst day you've ever had or the worst you've ever felt. Like, you don't feel like that right now. And maybe like tomorrow you might feel like that again, but it's gonna go away. Like, it's just
Mm,
like physics. It's like the law of nature, you know,
yeah.
it is going to pass. So I think like trying to remember that and then also like writing down, like making little notes when I am having a good day to remember, like, don't forget it can be like this again, you know, because I
Yeah.
still have like a lot of rough days, like probably more than I have good days. Like I really struggle with mental health stuff. And I think has to do with like a lot, but it also has to do with like all the concussions that I've had have really made it a lot worse.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just harder to come back, I think, when you have like that brain damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Um, yeah.
And do you think like I guess yeah, the hard part is sitting and facing it, but do you think being active and creative kind of helps release a little bit of it, a little bit of that stress and that deep darkness sometimes? Because I feel like you are a very creative individual, and I think since you do have these really sick events, and you're able to give back in these really cool ways to the women and girls in snowboarding. I feel like some of that allows you to be like, okay, I'm letting go of some of this in a different way, in a different light, because you're already able to see the joy of these beautiful faces, of the smiles, of people landing tricks for the first time, and just being able to experience events that you throw, and I don't know, just having, in my eyes, it's like, oh, I wish I had that growing up, and you're able to be that person to these young people. So I think, yeah, I guess that what I'm trying to say is like, does that help as well as just being creative and active with other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like you don't by sitting and like processing stuff, you don't have to just sit there and spiral about it,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
can. But like it is good, like go on a walk, go for a skate, like just you can think about it while you're doing stuff for sure. But I think like I did feel when I was younger, like, oh, I wish someone would just like cut me a break, or like I
Mm,
wish it just this one thing, like someone would reach back and I did have people who did that in different ways throughout like my childhood and my youth and my snowboard career. And those things meant so much to me, like stuff that those people didn't even really remember. And they don't,
mm.
sometimes I like tell them and they're like, I don't remember that at all. And it's like, well, really? Because that moment like changed my life. So I think
Wow.
like being able to, and I was like kind of a broken kid. And I think being able to like try to be the person that you wish you had, whatever,
Yeah.
um, has helped like heal that broken kid a bit. And like
Mm,
it's my way of doing something for that kid. And then like, yeah, just trying not to forget like what kind of impact you can have on other people, not in like a like, oh, I'm gonna change your life, but more just like don't underestimate your actions even and like you don't know like no matter who's out there like there are people that are like looking up to you or looking towards you that you can set an example for or that you can give them the time of day or acknowledge them or whatever that can
wow.
really like make a difference especially if someone's like having a tough day.
Hmm.
And I'm talking like in the grocery store or like in traffic or whatever.
Yeah. The small moments. I like that. Wow. This is good. I hope the right person sees this because I think they'll need to hear this. It's beautiful. And going back to the graphic, are there any small details that you think people might overlook that you kind of want to explain a little, or you just kind of want it to be as is and let people experience it for themselves?
I mean they can experience it for themselves but I think like and I mean, like, it's pretty obvious that the like flowers growing out of a broken heart, but just to not worry if you do. I mean, just to know that like beautiful things can grow out of a broken heart.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's well said right there. That's I think that's well said.
Like, if you want to get super literal, it's like this heart is broken and there's a seed, and then their tears are watering the seed in order to like give it life, and then it sprouts, and then it busts out of the heart, and boom, it's like this community with all these hands. So. That's kind of like if you want to get very literal on it, but
Yeah.
I figured that would be obvious, but who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think you nailed it. To where hopefully, yeah. I think so. I think so. And any other words of advice for someone that is probably currently, let's say they're probably watching this and they're going through a tough time. What any words of advice?
I mean, it cannot like literally cannot last forever. So
Okay.
just keep existing. I know it's easier said than done, but like distract yourself if you have to. Go for like I guess like when I said before, like you need to like face or like process what you're feeling. I meant like you don't want to like shove it down and pretend it's not happening.
Hmm.
feel what you feel, but like do what you have to pass the time. Like get a coloring book, run around the block, go jump in the water and scream underwater, scream into a pillow, like just and set a timer even.
Mm,
Set a timer for like 45 minutes and see like is it that like just make it to the end of that 45 minutes and then the next and the next, Like if you're having a really, really bad day and it's like, okay,
yeah,
you can do it. You can do it.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And for those who's watching, there's a film that Jess has. It's called Learning to Drown. I believe it's still on YouTube. Is it still on YouTube?
Yeah.
On the North Face page, or yep. So if you guys want to check that out, it's a very beautiful, inspirational watch. I learned a lot about myself and just how to navigate my own troubles and stuff from watching that. So feel free to watch that, guys. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You're in Mexico. I want you to have fun, enjoy your vacation.
I just have
So,
more meetings after this, so that's fine.
okay. All right, cool. So thank you so much for your time, Jess. You guys can go get her board at Capita. It's on the website, or select snowboard shops, or probably every snowboard shop that has Capita should have the board. I hope I said that right. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. It's called
Oh,
the Equalizer
the
if you want to search
Equalizer.
for it. But yeah, you can find it everywhere. Go to your local shop first, though, Support the
Yes,
homies.
please. We got to keep these
Yeah,
shops
thanks for
alive.
having me
Absolutely, absolutely.
twice.
Feel twice. Thank you for getting on twice. That's yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Sweet.